One of the biggest myths is the scarcity myth, that we just simply don't have enough for ourselves or for the world, so we better go and grab as much as we can. Remember the pandemic? In those days, there were videos that people were fighting over toilet paper. I mean, this is a time when we should have been the most compassionate because everybody was in it, but we were not. We were scared that we will run out of resources. I think if you think about the needs of these people, there is plenty on this beautiful planet to be shared. But if 1% are going to own 50% of the resources, and if the 10%, top 10%, are going to own 80% of the resources, there will be scarcity caused by our ego, caused by our greed, caused by our insecurity. Because if you check out our evolution, we were not sure if the next crop will happen. We were not sure that the animal that we have for ourselves will not be eaten by an animal bigger than us. So that mindset still is there. That's why across the world, when I travel and I speak to people, most of them are very well off. I see that if they're paid their taxes, that's how far they want to go. That's fine. I've also find people that give their whatever obligation the religion has told. If I was to leave everything to two people, to my two sons, thousands of beautiful, talented PhDs, I call them, poor, hungry, and driven individuals will never see a day in school or college. And I know what an equalizer education is because I was one of the beneficiaries of getting education, especially in the US. When we distribute, we make the flow happen. You know, it's best when we have beautiful breeze of flowing resources than a stagnant pond which stinks. Hoarding may be the biggest cause of suffering in this world because clearly hoarding is also keeping people from their potential. Hoarding is also not giving the opportunities to the most talented people on the planet to make a better life for themselves.
ਉਹ ਬੰਦਿਆ ਵੇਖ ਤੇ ਸਹੀ ਆਸਮਾਨ ਤੇ ਉੜਦੇ ਪੰਛੀ ਵੇਖ ਤੇ ਸਹੀ ਇਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਿਸ ਜ਼ਖੀਰਾ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਮਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਪੰਖ ਪਖੇਰੂ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਮਰਦੇ ਵੇਖੇ ਨੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਿਸ ਜ਼ਖੀਰਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਮਰਦੇ ਨੇ
Hoarding is greed that has no end. I meet people around the world. They just don't know how to grow beside a single dimension of growth. More, and even more. I will talk about one particular gentleman who I had the great pleasure and honor of meeting in North Carolina, who had given $50 million so far of his entire net worth by and large to causes all around the world. He said, I would have been the first in 6th generation to have hoarded wealth. 5 generations before me have invested in our children's education and values, not in leaving assets behind. That's called leaving a legacy of change, a legacy of purpose, a legacy of meaning. That is was so inspiring for me that I have also taken that lead and have decided to do the same. Because it makes a lot of sense, because we all live in a connected world. One of my favorite couplets from Sant Kabir is,
बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ जैसे पेड़ खजूर पाथी को छाया नहीं फल लगे इतनी दूर.
That is a great couplet on, you can be big and strong as long as you're humble and soft and giving and caring and sharing. If it's all about yourself, that's arrogance, that's greed. And that's what the Sufis of our times and Sufis before have been preaching about humanity at large.